Hello and welcome to another side play. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry game. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we're TJ again. I have to say, TJ can get some. Because it's kind of funny. This one, he's on a date with Heather, and then they go back to his place and she wants some. And then it's this one where Jenna's running away and has inclinations of being with him, but then blind sits like, hey, it's TJ going to a Christian party and some girl is bumping and grinding on him. Oh, and before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. We also have a Patreon. Anyways, we're doing phone now. What I think is them playing a prank on Leo, by making him think that Chase is cheating on him. I think? He said face. I pull up to the old fast food joint in my shitty old truck, the fan blasting hot desert air. I look around the sun-baked parking lot, but I don't see Chase's car yet. Taking out my phone, I check the time and scan through the messages. He told me he got out for lunch 15 minutes ago, but it's 20 minutes later now. There's a little pang of worry, mostly because I know how shitty a driver Chase is, but he's usually late, so I squash that. So I guess we're Leo? Yeah. I give my pit a quick check. Driving around with a broken AC is fucking torture in this weather, but the antiperspirant seems to be holding up alright. After giving him a quick sniff, I recline and put my paws behind my head to air out and maybe catch a quick nap. Sure, it's a pain in the ass having to come down here when I'm this tired. Dad's working me to the goddamn bone, and the restaurant is on the opposite side of Peyton. But seeing Chase makes it worth it. It isn't often that we get to have lunch together. The lunch hour, being as short as it is, only gives about 20 minutes to really talk. I'm starting to doze off when I hear a knock on my window. I give a little start and open my eyes, squinting against the desert sun, reflecting off the car bumper in front of me. It's Chula. Looking to my left, Chase's adorable otter face greets me through the window, grinning. All of the bad mood I had earlier evaporates away, as if it were water under the fucking sun, and Chase steps back as soon as I open the door. Hey, babe. Hey, Chula. I step out and pull him into a hug. Hey. He says it against my chest, rubbing his nose in like he always does when I run my paws around his back. Man, that swim team is really slimming down. I pinch his sides appreciatively. He wiggles on my fingers and returns a favor to my own waist. And you're getting squishy. Hey! I pretend to be offended, giving him a mock growl, letting it vibrate from my chest into his nose. Wouldn't be that way if you didn't keep picking fat factors like this. No more football doesn't help either. I like it. I'm actually proud of him right now. Used to be so worried about people seeing us like this, but now he's hugging me like no one's around. I decide to go in a bit further and give him a quick lick on one of those stubby, cute ears, and he gives me a little shiver and laughs. Stop. Let's go inside. It's too hot out here. I also love your musk. As he turns away from me, he lets his thick tail push up against my crotch, shoving my junk up against my body. It actually hurts more than it feels good. He really doesn't know how strong that thing is, but it gets me going anyway. Are we in, like, TGI Fridays or something? Or what is it? Applebee's? I do like places like those, to be honest. After we put in our orders and get our drinks, we both stare down at the greasy table, Chase wiping an old fry off his off his booth. You know, I could go to a different restaurant if you had the time and I had the money. It's fine, as long as we're not doing it every day. I stretched back, previously puffing my chest out, so my already tight shirt hugs my body even tighter. It's not lost on Chase as he gazes at the chest fluff poking out from his shirt, and I'm satisfied as I see a longing look come across his face. That's not fair, Leo. I've got another 3 hours of school. Just showing you what's waiting for you at home. Showing him the guns. He rolls his eyes before pulling out his phone. Hey, no texting. Let's talk. What did you want to talk about? He doesn't put it away. Well, I toy with a straw in my cup. Is now a good time to bring it up? I always get annoyed when I see people making a scene in restaurants. Like, it's the perfect place to tell someone it's over, or that they're gay. But Chase seems to be in a good mood. It's probably as good a time as any. Have you decided on what you're going to do after school? Chase finally puts his phone down on the table and closes his eyes, sighing, and that makes me nervous. So wait, are they talking about college? I mean, this is like 2 years after the previous one, I think, where they're no longer in high school, I think. Don't worry about it right now, Leo. I've still got a few months to decide. Fuck, how can he not worry when all that's gonna do is make me worry? And the way he says it, it sounds like he's already made a decision. I open my muzzle again, but he stands up, straightening his tight shirt as does. Going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I grunt, and he heads off towards the back of the restaurant, while I slump in my seat. The idea of Chase leaving is fucking terrifying. We've been this way for the past 2.5 years, and the way he's treating this decision like it's a fucking annoyance makes me all the more frustrated. I feel like this relationship has only really come into its own over the past year. Mostly because Chase turned 18, and we don't have to worry about this stupid shit anymore. His phone buzzes a few times, and I look at it out of habit. Then it really starts buzzing, and I realize someone's calling him. Incoming call, Jared. A face that I don't recognize pops up on the screen. It's a wolf of some kind. Grey wolf, I think. And he's ridiculously handsome. Model handsome, actually. I furrow my brows, then look back behind me at the bathroom, but Chase isn't there. Fuck it. I could just say I was picking up for him anyway. I grab the phone and stab the green pickup symbol before holding it up to my ear. Since Chase has the stubby muzzle thing going for him, his phone doesn't pull out like mine, so I have to try and direct my voice out the side of my mouth. Also, like, do they make different phones for different people? Who's this? I curse silently as I realize that if I wanted the guy to talk, that probably wasn't the best way to do it. And sure enough, I hear a click as he hangs up. I feel my heart beating fast as I put the phone down from my ear. I stare at the screen for a while and barely realize it goes black. There's no way to do this, would he? I slide my finger around the black screen for a while, then turn it back on as I navigate to the texts. Sure enough, there's a thread under the name Jared, with over 1,000 texts. My throat's dry as I tap on it and look at most of the recent messages. 11:52. Hey boy, where you at? 11:55. I miss you. 12:03. Calling now. Heart. Hey. I put my head up and see Chase staring down at me, an exacerbated grin on his muzzle. I almost lower my ears in shame at being caught, but I catch myself before I do. He's the only one who has some explaining to do. Who the fuck is this? I shove the phone into his face, realizing that I lost my chance at approaching this delicately. I also notice a few heads turning our way, and that I've suddenly become the guy I didn't want to be. Chase takes his phone and quickly sits it down, his eyes wide as he makes a sushing shape with his mouth. That only pisses me off more, but at the same time, I feel something really sharp and painful in my chest. Is this really happening? So, you are leaving? Running off to fuck some other wolf? Now, people are really started staring, and Chase winces as he ducks his head lower on the table. It's a joke, Leo. Calm down. A joke? I don't understand what that means, actually, but I'm starting to. I don't say anything, so Chase keeps going. Jenna, we were trying to have some fun. I was starting to realize this probably wasn't the best time, but... Jenna. And that explains it. But the anger and betrayal I'm feeling doesn't go away like it should. Now I'm livid. So you're playing this stupid game of keeping me guessing whether or not you're gonna ditch me next year? And then you pull this shit? I raise my voice for the last part, and there's noticeable lull in conversation all around us. A few people glance at us, then look away, but I can tell their ears are pointing in our direction. Outside, Leo. He says it like he's talking to a toddler, then stands up and goes straight for the door. Again, I piss off even more. The way he's treating me is like a kid. I deserve it. I know, but I can't help it. I follow him out in the hot air again, trying to ignore the heads turning as I walk by. The hell's wrong with you? He whirls on me. I'm shocked. He looks almost as angry as I am. Me? You know. I told Jenna there was no way in hell you'd fall for this since you already knew how I felt about you. I'm the one that should be fucking offended that you'd think that. That's not fair. You wanted a reaction from me, and you got one. Happy? I fold my arms and glare at him. Chase folds his arms too, and slumps against the wall, looking down away from me. He's sad, and that fucking hurts. I was looking forward to this all day, and he probably was too. It's almost enough to make me take everything back. Almost. Then Jen shows up, her light blonde fur almost making it hard to look at as she lights up under the sun. She comes running over from the parking lot to hop onto the sidewalk, stand next to Chase. I should have known how strange it was that Chase would park so far away from me. She's been sitting in there the whole time, probably watching us through the windows. What's wrong, Leo? The glee in her voice brings it all back, and I realize who I'm really mad at. She probably pushed him into the whole thing. This was your idea? I reach out and grab the phone from Chase's paw and hold it out to her. She's still grinning, though the initial happiness morphs into a more concerning look that makes me grit my teeth. It's a prank, Leo. Making me think I just lost my otter is a prank? If this is a fucking joke, then you need to learn how to make one first. Why don't you learn how to take one? How was I supposed to take that? Just laugh and shrug and say, well, fuck. How, so much for that. Is that what you expected? I throw my arms out in a big, exacerbated shrug. Jenna frowns and lowers her ears. Actually, just thought you wouldn't fall for it. At least not this hard. I mean, come on. I grabbed that from the corner of some teen magazine. It was my number 2, if you didn't notice. She continues to frown at me. Chase still looking away from us, and I feel like the big asshole that's ruined everyone's fun. It's just wasn't a good time, alright? No? No. Why the fuck is she even doing this right now? I just wanted to talk to Chase, alone. I look back into the restaurant, and the server behind the counter is looking at us, the tray of food in her paws. Some of the patrons are staring too, like I give a fuck. What the hell are you doing here anyway? Semester ended last week. So you're staying at home for the summer? I give her a confused look. Of course not. I'm staying with Emily. I take a deep breath and close my eyes. I'd honestly be happy to hear Jenna was going to be around in the summer if she hadn't introduced herself in such a fucked up way. I hear her give a heavy sigh and open my eyes to see her rubbing her head, like I'm just the biggest disappointment. You need to calm down, Leo. Couldn't we ever have fun if you're exploding all the time? I grit my teeth again, and I have to work not to snarl Wait, did it get darker? It did. Huh. Tell me to calm down. It's the worst thing you can do right now. I'm tired. I'm hot. And I wouldn't have lunch with Chase. I glance on the phone and see it's already 20 past the hour, which means Chase has to leave now. I squeeze my phone hard in my paw, squeeze the phone hard in my paw. But Jenna doesn't seem to notice. You're overreacting. I feel something sharp inside, and rather than check the phone in Jen's direction, I spin and start to throw it down the sidewalk. I realize, at the last second, there's Shadow Chase right behind him, that it's Chase's phone that I'm throwing, and I try to grab it back up at the same time I throw it. I only succeed in clipping a corner, which sends it into a flip before it hits the concrete. The crunch sound, along with a sparkling spray of glass, tells us that I just smashed the phone to hell. I wince and flatten my ears. I stare at the little black square for a while, feeling both of their eyes on the back of my head. Que madre fez eso? I curse myself, though I said enough times before that I know Chase recognized the phrase. Mierda. I think it's like poop. Translate. Why does it start with Chinese traditional? Have you ever been Chinese? No. The fuck was that? Slowly, I turn around, my face flushing as I try to meet my eyes with him. Otter, I'm sorry. I'll buy you... I'm going to Pueblo, Leo. He's looking at me now, with hazel eyes. His hazel eyes feel like they're piercing right through me. I stare at him for a second, as if I didn't understand, but I feel my stomach sink even as I speak. What? He's sucking in his teeth to stop himself from frowning, the way he does when he's trying not to cry. Jen is silent, looking away, but my gut tells me she's already knows this, and starts to bring back some of the anger. What the hell are you talking about? I said I'm going to Pueblo. In August. I got accepted in January. I don't know what to say. I feel like I've been punched in the stomach, and I can't get the air back to make words. I say all I can manage. Chase. He turns away from me. I gotta go back. I'm already gonna be late. Jenna looks over at me, and I finally feel some remorse in her face before she jogs off to catch up with Chase. I hear her start to apologize. I watch him go, desperately wanting to run up and pull him into my arms and tell him I'm sorry, but I know that'll probably make things worse. He likes to be alone when he's pissed like this, but after dropping that bomb, I want to talk with him right now. No, we'll figure this out. I'll just talk to him once school lets out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Just a few more hours. I watch them pull out of the parking lot, and I wish he'd look at me as they drive past, but he doesn't. Neither does Jenna. I hesitate, then pick up Chase's phone, because he's gonna need to recover some shit from it when I buy him a new one. Then hop in my truck. I sit there for a second, not sure what to do. I feel sick and angry, and tired all at the same time. A lot of this is my fault. I punch the steering wheel, and it feels good, so I do it again, and then I realize people are staring at me through the windows. I flip them off before I pull the truck in gear. Is this why Chase is leaving me? Because I can't control my fucking temper sometimes? No, not leave me. Just working things out. As I'm driving down the road, the churning feeling in my gut finally gets to me, and I pull my phone out, looking up now, and then to correct my steering. I type what I hope is a heartfelt apology. In the middle of it, I remember that his phone is sitting in my cup holder, fucking broken. I finally let out a snarl I'd been holding back and throw the phone into the passenger seat, accidentally swerving and setting off a few honks. I grip the steering wheel with both paws, blinking furiously as the road starts to blur. No, I'm not gonna cry. This will work out fine. We just need to talk like we always do, and even if he does leave, we'll work something out. I'm not gonna fuck this up. I'm not gonna lose my temper ever again. I'm not gonna lose him. About that. You lose him. And even if he does your route, and you guys make whoopee, you're gonna lose him. Whether, he separates from you and then goes for kudzu, or, you pull him off the train, he loses his legs and dies. Ooh. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this side play. So please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that have grown. Please remember spaying your animals to help control the pet population. And yeah, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. They also have a Patreon thing. And until next time, let's play, or side play, me, GamerWolfSix, of Echo. So thanks and see ya.